that's a good day. And sometimes I find myself crying, but you know what I do? I'm like, listen, what do I need to do? Because I got to get out of this darkness or this crying spell or whatever I'm feeling when it's bad. I have to do something. Whether it's
Right,
take a
right.
ride in the car, whether it's take a walk, whether it's something, long as it's something positive and healthy. As
You
long as
know,
it's
it's
positive and
it's
healthy.
it's kind of hard um doing that. You know, all my life, um even when my parents was living, they always told me, they said you are the strong one. So anytime stuff happened in the family, my brothers and my sister, they just fell out. I'm just, and I was always there for them. And I always asked my mom and dad, I was like, well, who's gonna be there for me? And I feel that that is what made me strong. That is how I got strong, and I feel that that's how I can help people. Uh, Sometimes, like now, I do break down.
Yes, of course. I think we all do. I think we all do. Even at times when you want to be strong, or like you made a statement, you're the strong one, or who's going to be there for me. And the only answer that came to my mind, it may not be no one but God.
And I
There
received,
may be no physical form or of flesh that can be there,
I received
but
that,
there can be God. There can be your master.
and I received that. Thank you.
And you are so welcome.
Whew.
Because he will never, ever leave us or forsake us. Ever, never, ever.
Whew. Hi, Maria.
Hey guys,
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Dealing with an
Uh,
ice storm, unexpectedly, but that's okay. We all made it home safely, and that's what matters.
that's good. That's good.
Hi, Sunday. How you doing today, my love?
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all
Yes,
right.
boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have said no, but then sometimes I feel that I give in because it's my family, and they can. My brothers and my sister, they can't handle the stress of pain and losing people. They can't handle that the way that I can. So my mom and my dad, they always, even my friends, they can't do that either. I keep telling them, I said, I'm gonna find me some new friends. So people that have a backbone, that are tough. But I mean,
Exactly. Like you said. And do. Listen, listen. That's one thing. She is so right. It's like, listen, whatever you need to do to find that positive outlet in a friend or whatever. And sometimes no hurts, but in the end, it's beneficial to you and them. You ever heard of your parent? This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you to say no or to whoop you. But
oh
in the
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
end, exactly, this is
I
gonna hurt
remember
me more
that.
than it hurts you because I don't want to give you this spanking. I don't want to put you on this
right,
punishment. But that's
right.
the only way you will understand the responsibilities of what I feel is good for me that will help you. That's the only
Right,
way.
I understand. I always say that I have two friends that I can go and I can talk to. And I just told him, I said, I'm just giving in. I'm going to stop pushing you away and I'm giving in. I got 2 friends and they know who they are. Um, I they're on the app. I don't mess with a lot of people out here where I live because of the fact that they got a lot going on. It's too much going on. Too much.
Mhm.
So, I can truly say that I would love to meet them too one day. And hopefully I can make more friends like that on this app that are genuine. But I know that people always say, "Oh, you're strong. You're this." Tonight, I'm emotional.
And it's okay.
That's all right,
Listen,
though. That's okay.
baby. Listen, they call me the biggest crybaby in life.
No such thing.
Listen, listen, they laugh at me when I go in certain people's stream and they'll say, "Do you remember when you became a streamer and you was crying in somebody's box or you was crying in your live?" Yes, because I am a queen at being emotional, and it's not always sadness to be bad because it's
No.
brings tears bring joy. Also, I cry when I'm excited. I cry when I feel good, but I also cry when I feel bad.
Hmm.
So it works both ways.
At least you're
It works both
releasing that
ways.
emotion and not keeping it up and built in. At least it's coming out in one form or another.
One form or another. Jesus wept. He wept.
I'm
He
supposed to
cried.
be. I'm supposed to be up here making sure everybody else is okay, and I'm.
That's okay.
That's
Let it out.
okay.
At least you feel safe in the environment that you're in to let it go. Let it
That's
go.
right.
You're going to feel so much better once you actually do let it out. A lot of people just will keep it bent in and keep internalizing it and keep trying to deal with it by themselves. But you can be in a community that is safe and a place that you feel comfortable enough. Tell me what's wrong, bitch. Tell me what's
That's
wrong.
right. And
Just
she is
go ahead
so
and talk it
correct.
out.
You will feel a lot better
Mhm.
versus keeping it
Whew.
inside and not letting it go or letting it out.
It has to start somewhere.
Whew. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And once we release it in the atmosphere and let it go, it builds us up to be stronger.
Yeah, I understand that.
Can you mute me for a second? Because I'm still streaming.
Ooh. I'm glad you made it home, Maria.
I'm glad I made it home too. That was looking a little iffy for a second.
Yeah.
Going pretty slow. Something that's
You
usually
know,
about 10 minutes turned into 25.
girl, it's okay. Hey,
That's
how
just
you
good old New
doing?
York weather for you, though. I'm glad you let it out, real sister. Let it go.
Girl,
Let it go.
I just, woo.
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Do we only have the one guest today?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair and that's fine. I think, on the topic of depression, hold on my fingers, about.
I think we just hit a little bit of it all tonight. Cause
Mm,
I told you when we talked right before the show, I told you a little bit of what was going on.
mm-hmm.
And
Something
she
triggered you.
shook. I just told her to go lay down. That could have went.
Hey,
She ran. I told her, I said, you shouldn't have ran.
Well, if she
So
was scared.
Sunday and I, we've been hitting on a lot of depression, anxiety, and
Mm,
a little bit of the PTSD. Because when I started the show, I just told her, I said, Sunday, I'm anxious. I really do. I I know we're supposed to be doing depression, but I feel a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. And a lot of that, all of it has what do they call all of them have its same characteristics, you kind of want to say, where they fall together.
Yeah.
You know, all of them have some form of characteristics when it comes to anxiety, PTSD, depression, things of that nature, where you can use the same formula to come out of it, you
Right.
know. And that's, of course, your surroundings, your friends, being positive, being around people that's going to motivate you and encourage you in that way.
Right. Right.
And like I say, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's baby steps. Believe
Hmm.
me,
Right.
I go through it every day. Some days I wake up crying. Matter of fact, I was just in someone's stream the other day, and I just woke up. I mean, I was grieving really, really hard, thinking about, my dad. I was really, really crying all day. I'm like, man, I gotta stop this. And I went into her stream and I explained that. And she encouraged me, and we talked about the past of her losing her mom. And next thing you know, I was pushing live, laughing, having a good time, playing music.
Right.
So
Right.
you just take baby steps.
Mhm.
You try to find outlets for you and people that will change that, change that around for you. Believe
I think a
me,
lot of people
I go
find that
through it every day.
the hardest step is the first step of just telling someone, "Hey, I need to talk." That
Right.
can sometimes be the hardest step.
Oh
And
yeah,
you're so built up and you just don't know what to say and how to state it and how to start that conversation. Even if you know you have someone you can go to, it could just be as simple as the words are, "I'm feeling a certain way and I need to get it out. I just need
Right.
someone to hear me."
that's right.
Take,
Right.
taking that first step can go such a long way to a better mental state of mind, and
Right.
recognizing that you can step past it and actually say something and let it out could change someone's life, honestly.
That's true.
That's
Thank you.
true. That's true. That is
That's
so
right.
true. And it's sad to say, but it used to be back in the day when I was growing up. Like I said, I that this type of stuff runs in my family, and
Thank you,
it was
baby.
always, if you went to a psychiatrist, you was
Thank
considered
you, baby.
crazy. They
Hmm.
did not believe
Right.
in they did not believe in you seeing a psychiatrist. They did not believe in you talking to, I'm talking about the black culture, because I'm black. They did
That
not, if
is
you went
our
to a
culture.
psychiatrist, it was something wrong with you.
You
You
were
was
crazy.
crazy. No, you
Right.
went
Right.
because you needed to talk to someone who did not judge you, know you, and that could be, a safe haven to get it out.
Mhm.
Right.
A
And
lot of our
now that
children got
that it,
misdiagnosed with ADHD because of that.
a lot
A
of
lot of things
children did.
that
Oh, trust me.
a lot of children,
Yep,
our children got missed with so many things that could have helped them change their lives if they knew that something wasn't wrong with them from to
Right.
begin with. A chemical imbalance is not mean that something's wrong with you. Doesn't.
period.
There's medicine to fix it, and
No.
that's the hardest part.
That was the thing I refused to do with my son. They
Agreed.
wanted to, he had hypertension and not really, not hypertension, I'm sorry. He was um what do they call it? He had
Mhm.
comprehension. So
Thank you, baby.
his was more so on the comprehension. And the first thing they wanted to do was diagnose him with medicine. No,
Thank
we're
you.
not doing that.
Right.
let
Right.
let us figure out another outlet before we resort to medicating, because I
Yep.
don't need a zombie. I don't need someone that does not comprehend or know their existence.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right. Right.
I need someone that can talk to someone to find out what other areas that we can implement besides medicating.
Hmm. Go a little
Right,
deeper, take a little bit more time.
You
I
know,
understand.
so that is so
I
true,
experienced the
though.
same
That's
thing Sunday
that's
with my son. I experienced the
yeah.
same thing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. They they
His
they misdiagnose our children, and then we wind up getting what's the we wind up getting how can I say this? Jailbirds and murderers and people that
Mhm.
are lost in the world. You see them walking, talking, and doing things that are not human, that are not um, God fearing. And you wonder
Yeah.
why. It's because we
Right.
allow someone to medicate or to dictate to us that we're crazy when we're not.
Well, see, my children are just like me. I don't know if I raised them like that. They always say, "Mom, we don't want to talk to somebody because always feel like we're bothering them. We feel like we're worrying them." And that's how I feel.
Oh yeah.
So for
Oh yeah.
me, it is hard to say to somebody, "Hey, look, I need to talk." Even with the two I have just, claim clean to. When I be like, "No, I'm okay," knowing that I need to talk.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
feel that I am burdening them, or it's just, I don't know, I can't explain it. I just feel my mama always taught me how to be alone.
Oh yeah.
And when you have learned to be alone for so long, it becomes a habit to whereas you feel that you bother people. Because I could sit over here and not talk to nobody and be just fine. Knowing that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going through, I can do that.
Well, it's a part of your shield and your protection too. I can't say that for me growing up, it was more so to protect my energy, to
Mhm.
protect what saneness I did have. So speaking out and getting over a bad day or something that happened wasn't always easy for myself because let me enjoy this little saneness I still have left.
Right,
But
right.
when the time comes and I'm ready, I am going to sit it in your lap. I am going to put it on your plate. You know what I'm saying? So for you as well, even though you may feel like it could be a burden to those two people, as soon as you're comfortable, then you will let it out. But as
Mhm.
long as you're uncomfortable and you're not ready, it's not gonna come out. It's not gonna
It sits and
make you
dwells
feel
into
better.
something else. It'll
Yeah, it
sit and
falls
dwell
into
into something else within
exactly.
your own mind because you're
Yep,
not releasing it. And that's how we
that's so
go
true.
from starting with being anxious or being concerned. That's how we go from being concerned and maybe paranoid over something to becoming anxious over it, to becoming depressed over it, to becoming insecure over it. And it just
Mm,
snowballs and keeps going and growing because as you start with one feeling and you hold it and you bundle it, it just gets bigger, but it gets bigger inside of you. And
yep.
that's where you have so many more mental disorders of people really feeling so differently that they are just different. You are not the only person going through it. There is someone else that feels just like you or very similar to how you feel that you can express it to. It's about
Hmm.
feeling comfortable enough and finding that person to do it with. And not everybody's
That's
perfect.
so.
Nobody's perfect.
Amen.
But everybody has
Amen.
something
That
in
is
them
so
they want to
true.
let out and they just don't know how.
Just don't know how.
Try. You gotta at least try first. Find one way. Write it down to yourself. Write it down. Mail me a letter. Give me a call. I'm gonna leave you a 5 minute voicemail. Okay. Don't answer your phone. I just want to leave it on your
I've
voicemail
done
and just
that.
let it out. I'm gonna call you. Don't say a word. Go on
Yeah,
mute and let me just ramble. Okay.
yeah.
Let it.
You
If
know,
you
that's why
hold it
I
in,
love the poetry show that Lex does is because when I listen to other people speaking from what they have written, because I try to write, I would love to be able to read off what I've written. So writing it
Right.
down, like she said, honey, listen,
mhm,
get you a pen and paper, get the
yeah,
writing. You would not believe how better you will feel just
just by
writing it
writing it
down.
down.
You can do a
Mm,
positive, you can do a negative, you can do a goal setting, you can do my day Monday through Friday. This is what I'm gonna
mhm,
do, do's and don'ts, whatever it is.
yep.
You can do that.
Oh,
And that's why I
that's
love
my
doing this
favorite one
show,
right there.
because these are people, normal people that has anxiety, depression, PTSD, that has things that's going on, and they are writing and they're reading it to people like us to
Mhm,
encourage, to give us something that we either thought about in our mind or our heart, or that will encourage us.
Well, see, a lot of people
So
that I know, they have anxiety fear. I don't have anxiety fear. I have anxiety anger.
mm,
mm,
mhm.
wow.
Have
So
you
yeah.
found a way
So
to release that anger yet?
no, not really.
Anything come
You know what
close?
just came to, right. You know what
We'll
just came to
see.
my mind?
Hmm,
When you say anxiety, anger, have you ever seen on television, or you seen people that do boxing, pillow fighting, kickboxing, something small? It doesn't have to be a big hour session, but if you get rid of that anxiety, anger, by doing something to release it in
some
baby
physical.
steps, could work.
Well, I think that most of it is because I don't know. I think with the lupus, I feel that I'm two people. So my left side is angry. No, my right side is angry with my left side because my left side is weak. So I'm angry with myself mostly, if that
Mm,
makes sense.
that makes sense.
I don't, hmm, I don't know.
That's all right.
Yeah, you may have
That's
to
all
find
right.
something that
You're okay.
yeah, exactly.
Because
You
I'm
are.
sure
You
that
you
rocks
you're
your own
gonna be
self
fine.
esteem. Oh yeah, you are fine. You
Yeah,
are. You are. I was just talking to my sister,
that's true. You
just like we
have
were
to,
talking about this the other
you
day,
have to put mhm,
and she battles with some levels of insecurity as well. And I told her, I said, one of my mechanisms, one of the things that I do when I get anxious and I get overwhelmed and I do a task for myself, and I've done it before, and it might just be worth trying. I sat down and I've written all the negative things that I say to myself, like, you're
mm,
fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, no one loves you, you're alone, you'll never find someone, no one wants to be with you. And I've sat, I've taken that pen, I've actually even taken a knife before, honestly. Please move, Snickers. And gone right across. No, I am not fat. No, I am not ugly. No, I am not done. And just rip that paper, rip that is, let it out. say what you got to say, but then believe that you're not. It
Well,
doesn't
see,
work
I
for
don't have
everybody, but
that problem.
it's worth a try.
I don't
It's worth.
have that problem with myself. I don't feel that way about
Your
myself.
right
It's
side hates your left side. Why don't you say everything to your left side and erase it from your right? Try the same. Just try the same technique. It's it's just worth the try. Doesn't it might not work, but it's worth the try. If you had
I'm
two people, you said you feel split down the middle.
yeah, I do.
We gotta shut that other person up because that other person is trying to make your right side be weaker than already how you
Right,
feel.
right.
Yeah.
It's worth a try.
And that's just,
Ever since
yeah,
they told me I couldn't work since 2019, man, I think
yeah,
I've had some sort of depression since then.
yeah.
Honestly.
There's a song that just came to mind. Is it, I don't know. I think it's, So Beautiful or I'm Beautiful, or I can't remember. It's of course on my playlist, but that song, and when I listen to that song, I make sure I feel it. I know it. Whatever it is, whether it's a physical attraction, whether it's a mental, whether it's whatever it is, and I hear that song. So you may have to find something that gives you, like you said, like she said, that balance to eliminate the bad to bring out the good, which is not going to be easy, but it's going to have to be something to take that split out to make a balance. It's gonna have
Right.
to be
All it
something.
is worth the try.
Yeah, everything's worth a try. Nothing is a failure if you unless you don't try. Nothing is a failure unless you don't.
You know what
Right.
another
That's the
technique
key.
is? If you like Play-Doh or slime, like physically touching something,
Yeah.
you can take like
Look,
2, 3 things of Play-Doh. Yeah, you got something squishy.
I have
Yeah, I
them,
got one of those.
baby. Listen,
I
trust
do.
me, I have them. When I'm angry at my
Hmm.
past as a child and being the oldest and running a household, I'm like, man, I didn't even get to enjoy baby dolls. I get to squeeze it.
I don't like baby dolls.
Okay. I'm just saying, no, I'm saying from my experience, I'm saying from my experience as a child, I didn't have an opportunity because I was the oldest to really hang out and ride bicycles and play with baby dolls. And I'm just now enjoying how to color a coloring book. Okay. So for me, when I feel angry because of those things in my past, I'll get me a scrunchie in a minute. I'll get me something that my grandbaby has these poppers. Man, I play with them poppers like as if I was a little kid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid or ashamed to say it because it gets me
Hmm.
from that dark place
Right.
Right.
Hmm. It's finding what
of
would work.
negativity and anger. Yeah,
Right.
I sure will. 21, 15. I do those things and I don't care who has anything to say about it.
That's right.
I don't. I love
Sure.
playing games. I love doing all kinds of stuff, honey. They'll tell you in a minute. Sunday is crazy. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. I am going
Right.
to enjoy the life that I have with depression, anxiety, PTSD, grieving, or whatever that comes to play. Hmm.
Okay, okay.
So you're gonna eat at 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna get back to my stream
All
and
right, all
know
right.
for sure enjoy I enjoy running my mouth sometimes too much. And I appreciate and I honor being here or even asked to join any topic on trying to encourage the next person and even myself. Because believe it or not, I found out some things about me today with talking that I need to do to implement those bad days.
We appreciate you, Sunday, because it's
I
worth
appreciate
learning.
you. Thank
Every day
you.
is just worth learning and having the conversation, having the openness to share. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your techniques, the things that you do, and just being honest. Sometimes that's
Yes,
all it takes.
that's all it is. It's just being honest and knowing that at the end of the day, we can take baby steps one day at a time and
Mhm.
know that if we have no one physically, we have the man above who loves us all.
That's
Amen.
right. That's right.
Because I talk to him all the time, honey.
Oh yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Amen.
Me
I
too.
do.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
has brought me a long ways and try to find people, like you say, the two people on the app. When I joined this app, honey, whew, I was crying a lot and I still cry. And I go on people's streams and I laugh. I try to find places where I feel comfortable and safe. That's why I tell anyone that comes in my life, I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel comfortable, because I want to feel the same thing like coming to your life.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, I
Well,
thank you
thank
for
you again,
coming.
Sunday.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you
I
being here.
appreciate you
Appreciate you.
guys. Thank you so much. And you guys enjoy your stream, and I will see you again soon.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Is there anything you want to talk about or share since we have the moment?
No, what about you? Thank you.
Honestly, it's for me, the last 2 months have been very mentally draining. And I've been in a very dark hole and I've been very depressed. And I'm finally getting out of it, which is nice to feel. My biggest fear is going back into it. Thank you, Sunday. Um,
Right. Thank you
I'm
very much,
just
Sunday.
trying to take my own advice and really taking the time to focus on what I need to focus on within myself.
Right.
My
Right.
I had a situation happen on Thursday at work, and my employee had said something so meaningful, and I didn't know how it was gonna hit me or why it hit me. I know why it hit me, but she had said she had made a comment that in order for a phoenix to rise, it has to burn first. And
Right.
that hit me in so many different ways. It makes me want to cry all over again because I know I'm
Well,
burning
hell,
right now.
I've been doing it. We could do it together. I've been doing it tonight. I ain't
I
gonna
know
lie.
I'm
We could do
burning
it
right
together.
now. I know I am burning right now, but that's only because I'm about to rise again. And that is what I'm trying to hold on to every day. So I
I
thank
think
you, real sister. I
I
do.
think that I think that everything that I have been through within these past couple of months, what I told you about happened earlier, like right before the show,
Right there.
I think that made it um I think that made that got me to where I am right now.
Hmm.
Because when I started it, I said, okay, I just want to uplift other people and make sure that they're all right. I said, well, right now, I'm not all right. So
Hmm.
it'll feel better to uplift somebody.
Absolutely. But you got to remember to uplift yourself first. And we're at least here together to try and do it together.
Man, I was trying. Man, I tried to hold a straight face. It just got.
All right. We are
Mm.
here, the safe space, and it's a community to get through together.
Ooh. And then she had nerve enough to run. You don't do that. Not with
Hmm.
them.
No, not with them. That's that's scary. That is definitely scary.
So she's flipping, and I'm just like, oh Lord. So right now, since she done started, thank God for these therapy dogs. So if I didn't have them,
Hmm.
I
But
think
you
she would
do.
just, mm.
It's fine. She's safe. She is okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
The
then
lesson
she was so in shock. She wanted to get up and go back out and continue. She was outside exercising. She wanted to get up and go back out and finish her exercising. I feel that that's what threw me over the hurdle.
walking back into it. Hmm. Yeah, that would have just made you mad.
Ooh, that's why the anxiety. That's why I said the anxiety that they diagnosed me with was anger anxiety, and any least little thing. That's why I try to keep. That's why I told you make amends with your people. Do what you got to do. Ugh.
That's okay. It's one step at a time.
Tonight was a very emotional show.
Yes, ma'am. Which I don't know. I think I knew it was gonna be one way or another. I just didn't know which one of us it was gonna be.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute now. You didn't
Well,
know
that's
if
because
it was
I
gonna
thought it was
be
gonna be me.
you didn't know if it was gonna be the guest or one of us.
No, I thought it was going to be me. That's
No.
what I thought. Don't worry, I'll feel it. It's right here. It's right here. It's ready to come out. It is.
Well,
I
we
just want to.
here. We
I just want
here.
to eat
Just
first.
do what you gotta do. We here. I mean, do what you gotta do, man. Hell, I did. I feel bad because I'm sitting here. I'm supposed to be uplifting people and letting
Uh-uh.
them know that they are enough. And
Stop it.
I just
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No,
yeah.
ma'am. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Whoever came got something out of it that they needed to, including you. This is the point. This is the purpose. You are enough. You don't have to be everything to just be enough for what you need. You are enough. You got this. And what you needed, you got out of it. So what if it was you and not someone else? That's what we're here for. We can get something out of it. You need a
Whew.
release. I want you to feel better by letting it go.
You are giving me that advice. We're gonna turn the tables and we're gonna
Oh,
put that advice on you.
are we now?
Yes.
Well, let me go stop record.
Oh Lord. Okay, go stop record. If you're still in here, thank you for coming out to You Are Enough.